The human body is everything. I see you, you see me. You see a head, you see a torso, you see a body, you see arms, you see legs. But there's so much more that goes inside this body. There are so many systems, intrigue systems, the circulatory, the digestive, the endocrine, the lymphatic. Well, there's so much more to know about and talk about. Our well-being is a combination of mind and body. In the series Aware and Care, I'm Madhvi Batula. I'm joined by a favorite doctor, Dr. Ambika Nair. She is the co-founder and chief consultant of Santigram Group of Companies. In the series Aware and Care, we talk about our mind, our body, a combination of how to heal our current conditions and take care of future expected conditions. Let's welcome Dr. Ambika Nair in the series Aware and Care. Namaskaram, doctor. How are you?
Namaskaram, Madhavi. How are you?
I'm doing very good, doctor. I'm so looking forward to the series every week and so much of
Okay.
information that we are sharing and, helping all our viewers. In the beginning of the introduction, I did mention that we are a combination of mind and body and our system. The internal system is so interwoven, it's interconnected. Yet we do not know much about it. I want to talk about a topic which has been very popular and most of our viewers are requested to give us more insight about irritable bowel syndrome. We want to know and understand what this condition is and what are the steps to take care.
Okay. Actually, irritable bowel syndrome, that is the inflammation of the colon.
Mhm.
Okay. Especially the small intestine. Okay. So, and even, the duodenum also, because actually these are the parts of the total colon.
Mhm.
Absorption takes place. See, whatever we eat, it goes, like by churning, then it will come to the stomach. Then
Mhm.
it passes slowly, and the duodenum and the small intestine is there. That there only the absorption takes place.
Mhm.
So we're there because of the inflammation. So everything goes upside down.
Okay.
That's why like the moment you eat, the moment like you are a little stressed up, you feel the urge to go so many times.
Mhm.
But some people will have like a constipation also. They may not go. Some people will go even 10 times, 12 times,
Mhm.
even more than that.
So when you talk about irritable bowel syndrome, is it only about the bowel movement or you have other kind of symptoms which are associated with IBS?
Yeah, there are so many other symptoms also. Actually, patient will be complaining of abdominal pain,
Mhm.
dysphagia, difficulty in swallowing, acid reflux, chest pain, anxiety,
Mhm.
bloated abdomen. They cannot eat it properly.
Mhm.
These all one of the like because very much fatigue. Because when absorption is not there, then that so much of fatigue will come because nothing, no nutrients the person is getting.
Mhm.
In Ayurveda, we call it as grahani.
Grihani. Okay.
Grahani,
Uh,
actually. Grahana means retaining ability. Okay, the retaining ability comes from the small intestine and duodenum.
mhm.
So when the function alters, the bowel cannot absorb these things. This has to, like there's a stipulated time period for all those things.
Mhm.
So in that time, in that specific time, the absorption has to take place. So that will not, like when it does not happen, like because then it is called a grahani. So the grahana organ is our intestine,
Intestine.
small intestine. Yeah.
Okay. So, see, whatever is our existence about, whether whatever work we are doing, or we have children or families, our entire life, of course, mostly surrounds around food also. I mean, food is a basic necessity here. We talk about food all the time. We talk about breakfast, lunch, and still we talk about a lot of things in between. But a person who has this condition, it must be so stressful for him or her to even talk about food or enjoy food properly. Is there a connection somewhere? The mind and
Yeah.
the system there?
Yeah. That is because of the anxiety. You understand? No?
Uh-huh.
And because they won't be able to, because every food everybody cannot eat, because this is all according to the constitution. That is called prakriti. What is your prakriti? What are you? Whether you are vata, whether you are pitta, whether you are kapha. So
Mhm.
according to the, so that's why, like nowadays, little more awareness is there. People are more conscious about what they eat,
Mhm.
where they went wrong, so that correction is being done these days actually.
Uh-huh.
So according to, like what can be digested in you, that should be, like provided for the person actually.
Okay.
Because
So,
actually,
uh-huh.
yeah, so it goes like that.
So, doctor, apart from the composition, do you think there's a specific age group of people who are affected, or IBS is across age group? Could you explain as
Ma-
to who are the which is the
Madhavi,
age
I
group?
have
Just
seen, yeah, I have seen even children with a 4-year-old also with
4 years?
IBS. 4 years, because it started actually, the child had acid reflux actually from the age of like 8 months or something like that, because and she was put on a lot of time for this medication, like afterwards, when she was 4 year old, this child was brought to me.
Mhm.
So I have seen very young children also. That's what I'm telling.
So
Yeah.
there's no age
There is no
differentiation
age
for
group
IBS.
actually, and the reason is also idiopathic. Sometimes, but even though people will do so many, like blood work, all other, like lab test, everything, but like we see that because sometimes there is no inflammation, nothing. But some people will have little inflammation in the colon. But there are
You
so
just
many.
you just mentioned a 4-year-old. So I'm trying to understand, how does a 4-year-old explain the symptoms? Is the child constantly hungry, not hungry,
No,
or every time the child is eating something, the child's behavior changes, irritation starts in the intestines?
4 year old, it was very interesting days actually. So
Uh-huh.
that was, like going every time to the loo for passing stools,
Mm-hmm.
and the amount it was coming was very less. Some days it was constipated, some days it was coming like too much, like a diarrhea. So it alternates with the diarrhea and constipation actually.
Okay.
Okay, so then like always complaining of tummy ache, lying on the abdomen,
Uh-huh.
crying,
Uh-huh.
very very cranky. The child was very cranky, I should say.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that was happening for a long time. Then they were because actually from 8 months it started, so
Okay.
they were aware. Then they brought the child to me, and child is doing very well, no problem at all now.
That's very nice to know.
Okay.
So when we talk also about IBS in adults, because I think most of the conversations do happen that people do talk about, oh, I cannot eat this food, I will have an upset stomach, or I cannot eat this food, I feel very gassy about it. Is there a connection between immunity, or is it only about specific foods these particular bodies cannot cope with?
That's what I told you, because it is according to their constitution they should eat the food. Some
Mm-hmm.
people cannot digest any protein. Some people cannot digest any raw food.
Mm-hmm.
These all things happens, because there is a reason also for that actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like people like to fast, especially our Indians.
Mm-hmm.
So they will be fasting. So like abhojana, no food at all,
Okay.
ajirna bhojana, excessive food intake, adibhojana, that also unwholesome. They will
Okay.
eat, but they will not eat in the proper way.
Okay.
Okay, so whatever they are supposed to eat, all the nutrients they will not get it.
Okay.
Okay, then like Guru Bhodana. So that itself is like too much heavy food. You
Mm-hmm.
go for a party and you overeat.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never, like never you never used to eat like that. So that become too heavy and it will never digest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then like very ruksha, that like very dry and very junk food. This
Mm-hmm.
all makes a lot of like differences.
Mm-hmm. So
And like sometimes when you go, the contaminated food is there, some like if some coke or something, if any contamination from the bottles or anything like that. So these all make a lot of problems in the stomach itself, because digestion, like that is called Agni,
okay.
that is the pachaka like a pitta. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever you eat, it should digest and assimilate.
Mm-hmm.
Here assimilation is not taking place, then only absorption will come.
Okay.
When absorption is not there, naturally that fellow become like, that person will become anemic, all those things happens to him. Fatigue comes only because there is no nutrients absorbed for him in the body.
So the fatigue is definitely there then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Dr. Anand, when the person is suffering from IBS, is there a possibility that he or she is allergic to certain foods like gluten allergy or something specific? Because most of the time people think that, oh, I'm allergic to this food. That's the reason I have a bad stomach or
Actually,
I'm
here
feeling all
people
the
will always
symptoms.
say that they have celiac disease,
Uh-huh.
lactose intolerance. This is what how people come to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they will tell that, oh, because of that I was a vegan, then I was better. Today,
Uh-huh.
like I had a very interesting case. A guy, like a 27-year-old, 85 pounds.
Okay.
So he was on medication for like a hyperacidity and all these IBS for like 8 years. 8 years on Western medication
Wow.
and homeopathy, so many other, whatever he can. he's from the medical field also. So,
Mhm.
so then I asked him that, when I examined him, because of course it was a Zoom. So then, every symptom I was asking him, then he was telling, whatever I was asking is right.
Mhm.
So it shows that I asked him how you eat.
Mhm.
I became vegan for like 2 years. Then I told him, you cannot become, because you need food, because
Mhm.
when you don't eat anything, then he cannot eat like that, because that also, because see, this is ruksha, so it does not pass. So it
Okay.
will be like vata will be like in between. So this is
Mhm.
like a capsized. Neither it will go, so that because his motion was not at all clear.
Mhm.
Okay, for a long time it was like that. Okay, then we have to take care in a different way.
In a
That's
different
one
way.
of the things.
So this has been a chronic problem for him, and it's been about 8 years,
Yeah.
and we still have find hope for that. So does IBS also affect other organs or body parts over the time, or it is just only the intestines and your digestive
No, no,
system?
no, 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 no. It affects them because they lose a lot of weight.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and their sleep will be disturbed a lot. Sleep means they will be like like the Sopna. They are in their own wonderland when they go to bed. This is
Oh.
related with the Vata. So mind is always running. He cannot get sleep.
Uh-huh.
What will happen? They feel so tired and they like to want to lie down in the morning,
Mhm.
daytime. So which
Mhm.
will affect their work. So financially also these people will become very, like ruined, I should say.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this is very interesting. I've only heard about IBS, but I have not seen so much of understood so much of correlation between it. Now, during the pandemic, people are scooped up into the house and they work from home. Food is easily accessible. Even they're having home cooked food, majority of us. So, is there a possibility of the stress and too much of eating and the pandemic, everything coming together? How are people with IBS? What is your suggestion for them right now?
Yeah, because actually grief, they worry a lot.
Oh, oh.
Okay, so the fear is there.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 3 days, if they don't sleep, they think that is the end of life. So that fear psychosis is always there.
Mm-hmm.
So like the bowel movements are like 13 times, 14 times. If they go, they will feel that done.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a lot of a handful of cases, I should say that. Okay,
Okay.
and like people, it is very common. Like I have seen in people, who travel a lot,
Mhm.
because this is all traveling also, because they are not settled anywhere,
Mhm.
and the season changes from the when the season changes also, it comes to people like that. And very chronic illness also, because till 45, like if they are okay, otherwise after 45 it comes, they may be, mostly they will have some chronic illness.
Okay.
Okay, like some diabetic people also get, some people with any like acid reflux, some kidney patients, all those things, they are also prone for all these things. And even very other chronic cases.
Okay. So, we usually make fun about such situations where we see that the person is traveling a lot and he or she is eating a lot of outside food because there's no other option. But during the pandemic, everybody's getting home cooked food. And some of you, as we see that they are having IBS and they say we are allergic to home cooked clean food. So maybe that's no more a joke. It is more of a concern point that there is a underlying factor there which the person is having so much of discomfort, and they should definitely be seeking a Santigram group of companies, doctors to get some help. So, from an Ayurvedic perspective, what is the process of treating IBS? What does a person have to go through? What is the routine that he has to follow when he comes for
First of
treatment?
all, like we have to see the nadi and see that what is his constitution, whether it is kapha related. We
Uh-huh.
will ask him, because kapha related means they will have like sometimes constipation,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes their stool will have blood also,
Mm-hmm.
otherwise mucus will be there, gas formation, so much of hyperacidity will be there.
Mm-hmm.
And they may complain of any chest pain, all those things. Okay, and mood swings a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They get afraid a lot. Even
Oh.
if it is with the pitta, means they will have like a constipation. Sometimes their bowel movements will be more than what they desire. Okay, so it is all according to the inflammation actually.
Okay.
Okay, then vata means so much of constipation because it is very dry, but the urge will be more.
Mhm.
They will tell, they are so anxious. They will tell that I have chest pain, I'm going to die, like panic attacks. These people get a lot of panic attacks. I have seen that actually in IBS cases where they have this, if they are related with the vata, because it is a vata
Vata,
also because
okay.
ruksha actually very
Mhm.
dry. Okay,
Mhm.
so this all can happen actually, and according to that we give the treatment actually. They
Mhm.
can, like we give them Shirodhara so that they will calm down, and special vastis are given to these patients.
Mhm.
Special diet will be given.
Mhm.
This all, like according to the constitution, we have to give what they suffer, where they went from. That correction has to be done,
Correct.
and they really improve a lot. Inflammation comes down. When they go for their blood work, they will tell that my hemoglobin has increased, my inflammation came down. So this all they tell after the treatments actually.
That sounds so positive and hopeful. So, food, stress, hormones definitely play a very important role. Of course, you're speaking about what kind of food to be eaten. Of course, we'll get to that. Stress has to come down, and of course, the hormones also they come into control. So, when you talk about stress, are there any home remedies, or do you recommend anything specific people who are watching can start doing immediately, and find a course from home, and then of course reach out to you?
Yeah, ginger. They can boil the ginger.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger water is very nice because it is a good carbonative. We have to give food for the, like a medicine for the digestion. So ginger will help a lot in that actually.
So you're
Okay,
talking about ginger water or ginger
ginger
like people
water,
have it in
ginger
tea?
water.
Okay.
No, ginger tea, not tea. Actually, ginger should be boiled and taken. Okay, with a little bit after cooling little bit because they will have so much a tennis, like a tenesmus abdomen, like a pain abdomen. Some people, kapha people, they will always complain of that pain abdomen a lot. Yeah.
That's so interesting that you mentioned ginger. I'm slightly reminded of my childhood. Most of our homes, we used to have that ginger and rice and ghee together, the first meal, the first two, three little spoons of rice used to be given before we used to have a heavy meal. And they said it helps to calm the stomach and then you can enjoy any meal. I think sonti we used to call, I don't know what they call it
Yeah,
here. It's
so
basically
same. Yeah.
same thing. So all those were traditional remedies and medicines which were there in the kitchen, and there was a reason behind why that was used. And today, with time, I think we've all forgotten all these basic routine, the way the food has to be eaten. I'm sure you've mentioned that many times before. There is a process to eat food, what you need to eat first, what next. And so when you talk about irritable bowel syndrome, food plays a big role when it comes to yoga, exercise, stressful activities. What is your recommendations to
Yeah,
people who are
they can
suffering from
do because
IBS?
they want their focus issues will be there because this is a, because very anxious they are. Some
Hmm.
people even, I've seen that some people cannot even hold the urine for a long time.
Oh.
They will have like because of the information like that urge will be there.
Hmm.
So according, so that like it affects other organs also. You understand?
Hmm.
Because they lose a lot of weight. Seen a lot of people like that. So, they should eat properly. They should take the advice of the doctor nearby,
Hmm.
or, they can take always the advice. I won't say that only me, but
Hmm.
they can always approach me. I'll be there to make them understand, guide them.
Guide them,
That should be the
absolutely.
best way I have
Yeah.
to use for that.
I see somebody asking us a question here. When you say that they are losing lot of weight, do people with this condition, can they have ghee, clarified butter?
They can actually ghee. Yeah, the ghee is very good actually, very good actually.
Hmm.
Sometimes ghee will not absorb also. That is also there. So
Okay.
you have to give for something for the pachana.
Hmm.
Okay. And like I have seen Madhavi in this year, like they do a lot of purgation, like
Okay.
so much of,
Purgation.
yeah, they will take excessive things, colon cleaning, these things. I have seen like how they get into all those things. And because afterwards, because they will have like so much of, because the sphincter muscle loses everything. So
Right.
like the moment they eat, that tummy, like heaviness will come and they will run around.
They start taking
Yeah,
antacids and other things.
yeah.
Okay.
So that like and the wrong abhyangam, wrong. Like every day they will do the excessive body massage.
Hmm.
Yeah, but everything has to be proper and limited. What
Okay.
you need only you should do. Never go for excessive things. Actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And when it comes to salads and fruits, is there any specific recommendations? I'm sure many
Banana,
people are
they
looking
can eat
forward to.
banana. Actually, buttermilk is very good for them,
Uh-huh.
but not yogurt.
Okay.
Yogurt comes in the guru because guru means heavy, so they cannot eat that. Okay, so they can eat cooked food. Cooked vegetables are very good, but not cruciferous vegetables actually. Cauliflower, all those things, because it will never digest for them, and they are very gassy also. So gassy means then again they will have like a bloated abdomen, and that bloated abdomen means again breathlessness comes to the patient. It will be very fearful also for the people. That's why they get into panic attacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, so we talk about cauliflower and broccoli or any other vegetable that comes
Broccoli,
under that.
cabbage, white radish,
Uh-huh.
kale, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, these things, because we always tell them not to take it.
Not to take that.
Yeah.
And for everything else, of course, Dr. Ambika Nair is there. So, Doctor, as we come to the end of the session, I really want to touch base on this question, which is, I'm sure everybody's curious to know. IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, is it curable or is it manageable?
It's a curable thing, but managing by the patient actually.
Okay.
If the doctor only tells, because without the patient's help, no doctor can cure a patient. So diet is more important. Sleep is more important. Okay, so there should be a regime for that. They will live like very happily later. There is no issue. But only thing managing, maybe 1 year, 2 years, how they manage themselves. Afterwards, they are perfect. They are like normal human beings.
So, friends, for all those wondering that the food that was cooked at home today was not nice, or somebody in the family did not put the right ingredients in it, it is not always about the food that has been cooked. It is something to do with your body composition. Irritable bowel syndrome, that's what we were talking about today. And Dr. Ambika Nair was kind enough to give her time to give us explanation about what this problem is and how Ayurveda can help you. Dr. Ambika Nair and her team is available right here in your neighborhood in New Jersey, in Edison, as well as in North Brunswick. But patients and people who are in concern and want consultation across United States, there is also a way to reach to her. And let's find from her how.
Yeah, we are doing Zoom consultation, not only across United States, even from India, from other places also. Now people are seeking my help actually, and we are shipping also medications, and everything we will be giving in the proper way. Yeah.
And your centers are open and fully functional right now during the pandemic.
Yeah, now we are functioning actually. Even therapies are done. Even Panchakarma we started with the full protocol from the health department.
Okay. That is wonderful to know. Thank you so much, Dr. Ambika Nair. I look forward to our next session with you on Aware and Care. Namaskaram.
Thank you so much. Namaskaram.